Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I'll just stop my video. So glad to see everyone here. Thank you for accepting our invitation. I see you, Femi, I can see you. Thank you so much. Mr. Oyebisi, I can see you. Thank you for coming. Susan, I can see you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. So, like I said in our previous email, we try not to waste much of our time, so we'll just go straight to what we have, which is quite brief. As you can see on my screen, so basically I have opening remarks and talk about us, then spend some minutes talking about the fellowship and perhaps why we bettered the fellowship. Then we'll have a video presentation from the fellows. Then we'll just talk after the videos. We'll just talk with everyone around. So we want to share your feedback. You want to tell us something that you think we should do for future programs and all that. Then we will do that. So quickly, so my name is Charles Omofuan, and I lead team at Noble Missions. Noble Missions is a non-profit organization based in Nigeria. We basically work with volunteers. So most of our team members are volunteers, and our idea is basically to leverage on technology in empowering young people and improving access to quality education. And as you can see on your screen, our vision is to see a Nigeria where technology is available and accessible to all citizens to foster sustainable development and reduce hunger. And before now, we came into existence in 2010. So since then, we have been working around education. Our focus has been on education. And as the years go by, we try to iterate and just to we keep re-strategizing on new methodologies to see that that goal is being achieved. And so far, based on what we have seen so far, so one of the things we decided to do, especially during this COVID period and after the COVID, which was a good time to reflect, so we decided that even as we work to improve access to quality education, we discovered that it would be good to actually empower young people, even in achieving that goal, because young people are very, they are active, they are agile, and they have the tools and opportunities to actually create change. It will be easier for them to do so. All right, so that was okay. Let's see how we can empower young people. All right. So alongside education-related activities, I said that we'll provide digital tools, opportunities, and resources for young people in Africa to transcend the challenges and obstacles that may hinder the achievement of SDG 4 and even the other SDGs. Because if you work around the SDG, you know that all the SDGs are connected one way or the other. So when we say no poverty, so you need SDG 4 to get to that level where there'll be no poverty. Just as the popular quote says, that education is an opportunity to escape poverty. So you see that all the SDGs are actually related, all right? And in empowering them, we are trying to make them become more active citizens. So as young people, we know we're already active citizens, but give them the opportunities and the tools they need to be more active in their communities. Sorry. Oh, there's delay. Okay, so as an organization, we have 4 programs we are running. One is Give a Teach. Give a Teach is a web platform we designed to recruit and connect working professionals like you and I to volunteer to teach in low-resource community schools. So we discovered that there are several schools, especially in the communities, public primary schools in communities where they don't teach some subjects, okay, that the better schools have. And in our pilot, we focus on ICT. There's so many schools where they don't teach ICT. So just imagine a child who finished primary 6 and moved to secondary and doesn't know anything about ICT. Has not seen a computer, has not used a computer and all that. So that's why our focus has been on ICT. So we connect ICT professionals to teach ICT in rural primary schools. And so far, we have been able to reach about 108 children in a primary school here in Abuja, in the community in Abuja here. And we hope to continue doing this as we get resources. Then our second program is I Take Actions. I Take Action is a web platform where citizens can report issues to the government. And the platform is also a crowdsourcing platform for organizations in Nigeria. So organizations could use it to create campaigns, and citizens are able to take action for the issues they care about. And they will also have this periodic or annual active citizenship award, where we just recognize young people who are doing well, who are living in Nigeria, obviously, and going beyond their civic duties to improve access to basic amenities for children and young people in Nigeria. So it's a way of encouraging them to do more for their community. Then our last major program, which is the Active Citizen Fellowship, and that's why we are here today. Now, the Active Citizen Fellowship is a virtual learning program designed for young social entrepreneurs and civil society leaders in Nigeria. And of course, we are considering, based on feedback we have had, considering even opening it up for other countries in Africa. We target young people who have demonstrated passion and commitment in the past to either promote democracy or just generally improving the quality of life in their communities, because that's what we need in Nigeria. Beyond the complaint, let's see how we can be part of the solution. So during this particular cohort, which is a maiden edition, like I said, like a learning experience for us, also like an experiment for us also. The fellowship offered opportunities for the fellows to learn more about active citizenship, citizen engagement, fundraising, storytelling, and advocacy from different industry experts, which I'll be introducing soon as well. Now, we decided to encourage the fellows during the fellowship, and we said that one participant will receive 50,000 Naira grant based on overall performance. And also, the fellows will have access to I Take Actions premium features. Now, I Take Actions, that's our web platform, has free features and also has premium features. So for all the fellows, they will have access to these premium features for 1 year. And the worth is 15,000 Naira. So they'll be able to run their campaigns seamlessly and mobilize citizens for support. Now, the campaigns organizations could run on the platform include, it could be petition, it could be fundraising, it could be a tweet campaign, it could be email. Maybe you want citizens to send email to a legislature or a particular person. So you could use the platform to create the email templates, and we click of a button, citizens will be able to send their email to that particular person just to put pressure. So this was the timeline for the fellowship. And as you can see, we started the process in June 15, and we had just 2 weeks to call for application. And we had like 4 or 5 weeks for the learning phase. And we are here today for the virtual graduation. So key highlights. So within that 2 weeks, we received 96 applications, and we pre-selected 21 applicants to go through the initial phase. And along the line, we're not able to admit everyone. So some fell by the side. So many are called, but few are choosing, as you may say. So out of the 21, only 7 made it through. And during the fellowship, we had different tasks, as you'll see soon. We had different tasks. One of the tasks was the fellows to create online fundraising campaign, and they were able to raise about 30,800 Naira during that process. And also one of the tasks also was for them to create a real life petition, to create a petition for an issue in their communities and get people to sign, and they use that petition to engage the government. And within 1 week, or even less than 7 days, they were able to get 464 signatures for those petitions. Now, these are the final fellows that made it through. We have Oluseun Banjo, we have Moses Albert, Deborah Arewa, Abu Basit Eshilokun, we have Wincy Etumei, Amina Sani Musa, and Ikechukwu Okolo. And after my presentation, you'll be hearing from them. They already made their videos. We asked them to send the videos to talk about what they do and how the fellowship helped them. So you'll be seeing that soon also. Now, during the week 1 of the fellowship, we had a learning session with a resource person by the name Wemimo Elizabeth Onikon. Now, in that first week, Wemimo is a communication expert. So that first week, their attention was on the fellows learning how to tell stories, right? How they could tell their story to get people to support them, okay? And the task for that week also was, based on what they have learned, write a story, create a tweet campaign, and mobilize citizens to support your tweet campaign. And for that week, we did scoring as well. We scored the fellows based on how far they went. So at the beginning of the learning phase, we had 12 fellows, 12 participants remaining out of the 21. But before we finished the whole process, additional 5 fellows from that list as well. Then on the second week, we had Krista Chibu. I'm sure most people will know her. She's the executive director of the Radio Foundation. So for that week, the fellows spent time learning about mobilizing people to support their campaign, support their causes financially. So while everyone is seeking for international grants and all that, so we felt it would be good for these fellows to be exposed to raising money locally. How do you engage the people within your network to support what you do, right? Even while you are still seeking for that international grants. And for that week, the fellows created a fundraising campaign. And like I said, about 30,800 naira was raised by different fellows. Some did very well, some tried. So this was their first, I think basically most of them, this was their first time of trying to raise funds online. So you can understand that, yeah, it won't be easy for them. And it's our hope that as they continue using the platform, they will get more support, increase their network. Then on the third week, we looked at advocacy, and Femi Aderibigbe was with us. Femi works with Mala Fund as an advocacy consultant. So he spent time with the fellows talking about advocacy, talking about what they have been doing, shared experience about his working, trying to amend the UB Act, so engaging the National Assembly and different stakeholders in order to get the National Assembly to update, all right, the UB Act. So I wish I have time to talk more about that, because I've also been part of that process with my Mala Fund support. Okay, so now for that week, we asked the fellows to create a petition campaign. They should look for an issue within their community, issue that relates to their causes, and create a petition to engage the government, to draw the government's attention. And personally, I was amazed with some of the impact stories that came. So that petition was done, okay, they wrote that petition like Monday, got signatures, some got over 100 signatures for their petition within 3-4 days, and they were able to submit it. And someone got immediate positive feedback by just submitting that petition. So I'm sure during the video presentation, you will hear from him directly how that petition, how it got positive impact from the petition is submitted. So we also score those, we score them. So every week when they run those tasks, we score them accordingly, as you can see on the screen. And so today we'll be announcing the winner and the person that had the highest scores. So that will be the person that will be getting the 50,000 naira grant. So that's the much we could do. Then week 4, which was the last week of learning, we had Gabriel Okewo. Gabriel is currently the CEO of Budget Foundation. So he spent time with the fellows talking about citizen engagement, why organizations should consider using citizen engagement as a tool, all right, as a programming tool. And from one thing I learned from that exercise is that no matter what you do, no matter what your organization focuses on, you can actually leverage citizen engagement to make more impact. Okay, and so of course for that week there was no task. There was no task for that week, and after completing the entire scores, we had our winner. So Oluwaseun Banjo will be getting the 50,000 naira grant. And we hope that the 50,000 naira could do something for her. So whether she uses it for personal development or she can put it back to our organization just to maybe pay salary or take care of logistics and all that. So thank you so much for listening to this presentation. So if you want to look at ways you could support the fellowship to sustain if you think the fellowship makes sense and that we should continue doing it to reach more young people or even expand instead of just 1 month learning process, it could be 3 months, could be 1 year and all that. You could visit that link. I will share it in the chat also. You could visit it and see the different ways. Tell us how you want to support. You want to train a fellow, you want to offer a one-on-one session for a fellow during the next fellowship, for future fellowships, or you want to support a fellow based on what they do, whether financially or as an advisor or whatever their need may be. So when you submit that form, we'll link you to them, or you want to support us as an organization, all right? Support us as an organization so I'll be able to do this, especially in terms of giving grant to the fellows or even giving grant to all the fellows. I've been in fellowship, several fellowships before where as fellow, we're paid monthly, we're giving some money monthly. So we don't mind doing that if we have resources. Okay, and so now let's meet the fellow. So I'm just going to, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to share the video where they talk about themselves. And after that video, we'll open the floor for filming discussion, for your feedback, and that will be it. Okay, please, if you cannot see the video, you let me know. You can just send chat if you can see, if you can't hear.
Hello, my name is Wilson Atumei. I am a sociologist and an anti-corruption activist, the founder and chief executive officer of Water with Development, WaterWide, a non-profit organization that solves water, sanitation, and hygiene-related issues. We track government spendings and international aid for water, sanitation, and hygiene to ensure transparency, accountability, and the proper implementation and completion of WASH projects in marginalized and rural communities in Nigeria. We improve the living conditions of Nigerians through targeted capacity building, advocacy, multi-dimensional engagement, social and citizens mobilization. To achieve these critical objectives, we engage in advocacy at both policy and decentralized level to strengthen and deepen our role in influencing policy and practices that impede access to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene by the people in rural communities. We develop the capacity of relevant stakeholders and rural community members. We equip them with the right knowledge for best WASH practices. And we also establish mechanisms for ensuring government spending's accountability. We also raise funds to build toilets and boreholes to support efforts of government in rural communities because access to safe water, improved sanitation, and proper hygiene are crucial to the development of any community. As part of efforts to ensure transparency and accountability in project implementations, the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all, we have successfully tracked over 100 million naira for WASH projects in rural communities. We have reached over 1,000 schoolboys and girls to educate them on sexual and gender-based violence. We have distributed menstrual hygiene kits to over 500 schoolgirls and taught them menstrual hygiene management. We have built the capacity of 300 young Nigerians on budget analysis and project tracking. We have also reached over 100 Nigerians and built the capacity on the usage and the provisions of the Freedom of Information Act. In a hackathon, we built the capacity of 300 Nigerians on creating innovative solutions to ending open defecation in Nigeria by 2025. And we are currently advocating for the rehabilitation of water boreholes in 4 communities in Nigeria. Being part of the Active Citizen Fellowship, I have had the opportunity to learn and unlearn some practices, and this has shaped WaterWide's mode of operation and also have given us more ways and concepts for effective communications, fundraising, and another dimension of advocacy and policy influencing. Yes, I would like to say that this fellowship is timely for WaterWide, and we will ensure that the knowledge is passed down deep down to our 1,231 volunteers in good and timely manner to ensure total assimilation and implementation of ideas to ensure the development of Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Once again, I am Wilson Atumeyi, and I am a global citizen.
My name is Okolo Ikechukwu Innocent. I am the founder of Mycent Health. Mycent Health is an organization tackling challenges facing inaccessibility of medical diagnosis in clinically deprived communities in Nigeria by using the power of low-cost innovation, mobile technology, and mobile diagnosis. I don't like to admit it, but over 70% of individuals living in rural communities have no access to medical diagnosis, be it ultrasound scan, laboratory tests, CT scans, X-ray, mentioned but a few. And that is why we are transporting our diagnostic equipment to these rural communities where we conduct ultrasound scan, laboratory tests, issue results to them, and provide consultation to these patients. We have impacted in over 4,000 individuals in the last 11 months, and we have saved over 107 lives directly through our mobile diagnosis, which is door-to-door sensitization and diagnosis of these patients. I spent 4 weeks in Active Citizen Fellowship, and it has been very impactful and very educative as we were taught on fundraising, social impact, civic engagement, and other relative topics. And I must say, I really learned on how powerful my civic engagement can make a change in a community. Listen to my story that I have to share. There is a young lady, Mary by name. She lost her baby due to negligence and system failure of a diagnostic center in Ogijo, Ogun State. During this fellowship program, we were given tasks to petition, and I used that as a petition stand. I was happy when Mary was compensated in full by paying the hospital bill and the drugs needed for her healing. And that makes me an active citizen that has everything to give back to my community through this program. I want to thank the organizers and the facilitators of this honorable program for a job well done, not just to me alone, but to my colleagues, because I know that the impact he has on me, it has on other colleagues of mine. Thank you very much once again.
Hello, my name is Amina Sani Musa from Kano, the founder and CEO Save the Less Privileged Woman and Child, Salwalk. Our aims at Salwalk is to help the less privileged women secure a means of livelihood so as to at least take care of their basic necessities and their children's education. Also help in providing a better education for less privileged children, especially girls. To address this problem and to achieve our overall goal of creating a better living condition for the team less privileged women and children in Nigeria, we have created a business venture, Salwak Ventures, where we train the less privileged women on various domestic items production such as soap making, hair oil, detergent, among others. We also provide them with a small grant as a startup of the business. And also we are advocating on anything concerning the less privileged children and women for their life to be better. So far, we have succeeded in training about 50 women and enrolled 65 children into various public schools with the hope of reaching 5,000 women and children in the next 5 years across Nigeria. This fellowship has really helped me personally in different aspects of running a non-profit organization and advocacy. I'm especially grateful for learning how to create a petition, get people to send a petition and take it to the relevant authorities for actions to be taken.
Hi, my name is Abdul Basit Shidwade Akiyemi Shiloko. I'm the Executive Director for Health Volunteers Nigeria Initiative. The Health Volunteers Nigeria Initiative is a volunteer-driven community health initiative with a vision of an inclusive public health for all Nigerian communities. The World Health Organization (WHO) classifies Nigeria as one of such countries with less than 5 doctors per 10,000 population. This is a sad scenario, but it continues to get worsened on a daily basis. This is because more doctors continue to leave the shores of this country in search for greener pastures. The doctors left in the country are mostly left with no options than to concentrate in urban communities, basically because they want higher revenue and then because there's poor access to facilities, to basic facilities in those underserved communities. A large number of Nigerians, averaging up to 40%, live in underserved communities, in slum areas, in hard-to-reach areas. Unfortunately, these people do not have access to basic primary health care. We are addressing this health inequality through our health education and awareness campaigns, our advocacy, which we use to promote healthy living, promote healthy lifestyle changes and lifestyle behaviors, and as well our community medical outreaches to these communities. In the first half year 2021, that's January to June, 1,758 people have directly benefited from our primary healthcare services. These services include diagnosis for malaria, diagnosis for HIV, diagnosis for hepatitis B, diagnosis for diabetes and high blood pressure. And as well, we have supported pregnant women and women with infants with preventive care for malaria through our distribution of insecticide-treated mosquito nets and also mosquito repellents. So we do this in all the communities that we work in. All our beneficiaries also had access to free medical consultations where we took medical professionals into their communities and then they were able to consult, they were able to get free consultation, and then people had different challenges and they were able to communicate with medical professionals. Some of them got appropriate medical advice which they required to stay healthy. Some of them got drug treatment because we have a drug dispensary at every outreach point where people who are diagnosed of ailments can get treated for basic ailments. For those that we are unable to cater for, we give them referrals to general hospitals or to primary healthcare centers where we even follow them up with funding for their treatment. Aside this, we also exposed our beneficiaries to ophthalmic care. This year alone, 150 people have been able to screen for various eye diseases and eye defects. Our beneficiaries have continually expressed their pleasure and delight about the kind of services that we render and how beneficial it has been to them. As I speak, we have 5 beneficiaries that we have listed for cataract surgeries, and we are presently trying to raise funds for their surgeries. The Active Citizen Fellowship is one fellowship that has helped us to expand our work, because advocacy is one of the areas that we intend to go strong on, because we discovered that we cannot really make a big change until the key decision makers are involved in making the change. So we were able to use the Active Citizen Fellowship to project the case of the poor facilities in one of the health centers in the communities that we are working in presently. And our petition to the executive chairman was received on the 30th of July 2021. So we are looking forward to a positive response from that petition.
Hi, my name is Albert Moses. I am the team lead at Care Africa Initiative, an organization that focuses on ending sexual violence against the girl child trafficking, and exploitation. This is one of the reasons why we exist. A 35-year-old man raped his 3 and 6 years old daughter. And then upon investigation, we found out that the man has already defiled a 5-year-old girl late last year in that community. But the community decided to settle the matter with the family. And the man paid the sum of 42,000 naira, and the family allowed the man to go. And now the man raped is 3 and 6 years old. This is happening, and the result is something that we may not want to experience. You know, when these children grow up defiled and they grow up into adulthood, we know that there are a lot of consequences that are attached to it. Sometimes they can result to drugs, low self-esteem, even suicide. We've seen a lot of cases where the girl also commits suicide because she cannot even grow up to discover that she was pregnant for her father. We just name all these issues, and that is why we are coming up with this strategy. And what we are doing is to actually inform the community to take action when it comes to the issue of sexual violence against the girl child. Not just to settle it, it's beyond settlement, that they should report the case to the appropriate authority. That is why we are taking the campaign there to communities, to schools, and to even families. We believe that parents should have parental skills so that they will be able to know what to do at any given time. And this is crucial. We have seen cases where the internal trafficking of children within the country is overwhelming, and we see these children are used as child labor. They use as house help to hawking and a lot of things, and these children are deprived of basic essential services that is needed for children to grow effectively. And that is why we are pushing all our effort in ensuring that this is stopped. We have a campaign in community where we talk to community youth, community elders, and we tell them the danger of all this violence against children. We also set up clubs in school, and these clubs, we have about 5 clubs in school where we are asking the children to be a voice to the issues that affect them. That's what we call child participation, because we know child participation is key, and therefore we are driving these awareness campaigns in clubs through drama, storytelling, writing, and poem. And we believe that with this we can be able to affect the society, telling them the importance of ensuring that children are safe. I just believe that children are the futures of tomorrow. But if the children that will claim to be the future of tomorrow are being abused, neglected, and all sorts of violence are being perpetrated against them, I'm not sure that the future that we are hoping will be materialized. And that is why we are doing that. We have made so much impact. Currently now, we are receiving calls all over about issues that has to do with violence. Our club in school is strong and the children are engaging. And I'm telling you, these are the impacts that we are making. And we believe that in 3 years to come, we want to ensure that we affect 500 families. And also, we want to ensure we reach 3,000 students and have our presence in 15 schools in Edo State. And we believe by the end of it, we are going to make this impact. Thank you, Noble Mission, for all you are doing for us. And I want to use the opportunity to call for support that you can support us in one way or the other. Noble Mission, we appreciate you so much for all that you have done to also for the training and the opportunities. God bless you. Thank you so much once again.
Hi, I'm Oluwaseun Folajumobanjo. I'm a legal practitioner and the executive director at Saving Cross Justice Point Foundation. At Saving Cross Justice Point Foundation, our goal is to combat every form of social and legal injustice against the vulnerable and the indigent in the society, as well as ending or seeing an end to gender-based violence. Therefore, our intervention comes in 4 major ways. The first is advocacy, second, legal intervention, the third intervention is the psychosocial support, and the fourth one is by economic intervention. SJF has committed members, volunteer members across all fields who share the same passion with us to achieve our goals. We carry out advocacy against domestic violence, child abuse, child labor. We visit schools to enlighten students about their rights concerning their sexual health and sex education, and to also enlighten them against sexual violence and sexual assaults. The children become our champions, and they go all out in their own private spaces to continue the campaign against violence against women and children. We carry out advocacies to radio stations, schools, televisions, and marketplaces. We have carried out market advocacies at Ogunpa Market, Aleshinoye Market. We've carried out an online advocacy as well. We also engage in empowerment, in relief for our survivors of violence. We have giveaways for back to schools for food. We train them on skills, on what they can translate into viable businesses. And a lot of women have benefited from this service. About 232 women were empowered in 2019. And in 2020, we did a Christmas giveaway and a back to school giveaway to children. We started our yearly Teens Affirm this year, where we carry out a mentorship training for younger ones, for their adolescents. We as well visit the Agodi Correctional Facility Center to help indigent inmates to come out of prison, and we have been able to release about 10% through our intervention. Personally, I'll be very, very grateful for the Active Citizen Fellowship for what I have learned, which I know that's going to be helpful for me personally and for my organization for our future endeavors, particularly as it touches advocacy and civic engagement.
Hello, my name is Pupola Ramadipuram. I am the team lead and the founder of the Relief Education and Child Health Initiative, We Try Africa. We are a not-for-profit organization with focus on improving access to good health care and quality education for children and teenagers, most especially for those living in underserved communities. We hope to improve good health care and quality education for children, because we believe that in doing so, we are not only leveling playing ground for them, but also we are also helping them to break the cycle of poverty and the poor healthcare system we have in Nigeria. For the past 3 years that we've been running operation, we've been able to reach out to over 4,500 children and teenagers in Nigeria. And we hope that by year 2025, we would have reached an estimate of 20,000 children and teenagers with the gospel of good health care, and also provide them with educational support. Our last program, the Safeguarding Adolescents and Child Health Initiative, we were able to reach out to about 800 secondary school girls. while we're providing them with good menstrual hygiene management information. We're able to provide them with sanitary pads, and also we're also able to teach them on how to make reusable pads.
Thank you, Rita Africa. Happy Menstrual Hygiene Day. It's time for action.
I would say that the journey has been an amazing one so far, one I am sad to see come to an end. I've been able to gain a lot from the Active Citizen Fellowship. Should I mention the lines of speakers we had come talk to us, come teach us on different topics, ranging from campaigning, how to go about fundraising, how to manage our organization better. The list is endless. I think one of my major highlights of the fellowship is the fact that I was able to learn and find my way around how to fundraise and how to go about campaign for my organization using the tool of petitioning. And I think the impact so far has been one that I can't get over. We are able to address the issue of child marriage in Kaduna State specifically, and we are hoping that the state government will act on this issue. Also, I was able to learn on the issue of team management. I've been having several issues on that for a while now, and through the Active Citizen Fellowship, I've been able to learn some of the key nuggets on how to go about ensuring that I work with a team, my teammates, and also ensure the smooth running of my organization. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your patience. I hope you were able to get one or two things from the fellows, what they do. And if you listen very well to their stories, you know that having an opportunity to bring these people to showcase what they do or bring them to the forefront is a good way of supporting them, of starting to support them. Because even if for the fellowship, I want to know about them. I'm sure most of you here don't know about these young Nigerians who are doing so much in their various communities. So that's basically what we planned. But before I leave the floor open for your comments, I'd like to invite Wemimo. Wemimo was one of our resource persons during the fellowship. So Wemo, if you are here, please just you can open you can unmute and just say one or two things about your experience during the fellowship. Wemo.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. And
Good afternoon.
It's really, really beautiful to connect with you again. I remember when we started, I remember the very first session and just interacting with you all. And you could tell the passion. You could see that you were just a group of young people who were very excited to make a change. And it's interesting to know that, regardless of the constraints you've had, regardless of the different challenges, you've not had so much money, you've not had, so much of resources at your disposal, but you've all been able to fully maximize what you have and create such beautiful impact in your various communities. I want to say thank you. Thank you for what you're doing, and it's very impressive. And just to say, Charles, thank you for the amazing work you do at Noble Missions. It's really lovely to be able to work with you and reach out to people like this. I am very, very excited about the winner today, Sheon Banjo. Great job, great job. Thank you for staying the course. And for everyone else, Amina, Deborah, Wilson, Abdul Basit, Moses, Ikechuku. I can remember some of these. I remember you were, part of those who were very vocal in class. You were very eager to contribute to the conversations. You were eager to share the things you were doing. And I'm not surprised that you are part of those who actually stayed through the entire program, and right now you're here, and this is really such a joy to be here and connect with you all and see this. I just want to encourage you, and that will be my words for you as I hop off, just to encourage you that the honest truth is Nigeria needs more people like you. Nigeria needs more people like all of us working together. We are at a stage in our democracy, in our lives as a nation, where there's just so many challenges. And if everybody says, you know what, I'm done, I can't even do this anymore, then we even have in Nigeria in the first place. So I just want to encourage you that it may not be perfect, okay? You may not have all the funds, but you definitely know that there are people who are also passionate like you, who are willing to support what you're doing, right? So just keep staying the course. It's beautiful to also know that you have a vision. And as young people, that's it. Like, we need a vision to stay, like, just have that vision and keep chasing it. I remember a quote by Helen Keller that says that the only thing that is worse than being blind is having sight but having no vision. But you've got a vision for your various communities, and you've already started to do something. So stay the course, run with it, whatever that course may be, right? Eventually, as you move along on that path, support will come, funds will come, more people will be able to see the work you're doing and actually be willing to contribute and give you a helping hand on that path at fulfilling that vision. Once again, I want to say congratulations, and I look forward to seeing more of you and more of the amazing things that you will do in the future. And thank you, Charles, for the opportunity to serve. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Emimo. That was inspiring. So the floor is open. So we have like 13 minutes more. So I don't know, Mr. ABC, I don't know if you have something to say. Emma, I don't know if you have something to say as well. So if you have something to say, you can just go ahead. You can either raise your hand or just go ahead and say it. I don't know if Susan is still here.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I was going to raise my hand, but the other person can go first.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mr. ABC, please, you can go ahead.
Yes. So can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes,
okay,
we can.
Let me thank you for the kind invitation, and I'm glad that I joined. I have missed all of the fellows, and I'm so impressed and inspired because of the very good work they are doing across communities. And I like the way they've also been able to measure their impact to tell us the numbers of people they've helped or assisted directly. And that gives me hope that we now have a crop of nonprofit leaders that will again continue to bring about nonprofit innovation in ways that helps us to attain the sustainable development goals and also our national development. So let me thank all of the fellows. I'm specifically interested in or happy to hear how they were able to also practicalize many of the things that they've learned and now result, especially in the one in Ogun State. That really excited me. I also like the good work that the person working on water is doing. I like the good work those that are working on health are also doing. And I must thank you for helping us to know these very good individuals and citizens who are both national and global citizens. I've just sent you an email as to how, as Nigerian Network of NGOs, we can, again, help them take this further. My thinking is that, one, we give them 1 year free membership. And of course, the following year, they are free to opt out and not join us again. But within that 1 year free membership, we would like to help them strengthen their organizational skills, from their governance to their proposal writing, their funds management. And that will be directly on me. Because they are doing great things, and I also want them to be sustainable as much as possible. That much we would like to support as the Nigerian Network of NGOs. and that would be one thing I'm committed to. I think for the 10 of them or 5 of them, I'm happy to provide that direct support and mentoring for 1 year, where at least 5 of them should have an organization that can say, go to that organization, they have the systems, they can deliver, and all of those things. But let me thank you again, Noble Mission, for this great work. And to also say that we should also talk to you on how best to expand this, finding who and who can support this, and see how we can again grow it for the sector. Thanks to the last speaker who has supported you. I know what it means to support an activity like this, so we need to thank her also for the support. And again, thanks for the opportunity to join this event today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oyebisi. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the collaboration. And after this call, I'll look at the email and see and follow up to see how we can strengthen this. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And thank you for your continued support. This is not the first time we are calling on you, even at the level of the Giving Tuesday, Nigeria. So you have always been there. For those who don't know, Mr. Oluseyi Babatunde Oyebisi is the Executive Director of Nigerian Network of NGOs. And so also I'll be linking the 7 fellows. They're actually 7. I'll be linking them with you to see how they can take the conversation further. Thank you so much. Okay, so Susan, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Let me start by thanking you all for inviting me to be part of this amazing first graduation, like you labeled it. I'd like to congratulate the Noble Missions, obviously, and also all of the fellows who have been part of this great engagement. It is obvious that a lot of value has been added into the lives of these 7 fellows. And this is evident in all of the testimony, all of the feedback that we all listen to in terms of how the knowledge from this fellowship has impacted in their professional lives, in their organizations, in what they do. I mean, this cannot be overemphasize the fact that Noble Missions is doing a very great job, obviously, adding value into the work we all do as NGO activists and practitioners. Congratulations. Congratulations also to the winner of the grant. I congratulate you especially, and I hope that that would give you some sort of encouragement in terms of what you have benefited from this whole platform. And also hoping I listened keenly, and at least I got to hear a lot of what different people do. For any areas I feel like there can be some form of synergy or collaboration, I'll definitely would want to reach out to the Noble's Mission, and possibly especially I listened to what one of those ladies, I'm a GBV activist and all of that, the beautiful work she's doing in terms of ending violence against women and girls. I'll probably see if there are areas of synergy and collaboration, and I'll definitely love to work with some of these awesome young people. And finally, congratulations again for what you guys are doing. It's a noble job. Today happens to be the World Humanitarian Day, which further emphasizes, I mean, you can't emphasize all of the contributions you are all making to humanity. So well done, everybody, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. Susan is the gender coordinator for Oxfam in Nigeria, or Oxfam GB. All right, thank you so much. I don't know, does anyone have any comments, Sean? Emma, I see you. I don't know if you want to say anything.
Sure,
okay, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. Hi, Charles.
Hi.
And hi, everybody. It's an amazing thing to be part of a fellowship. Let me just start by that, because a fellowship gives you access to people, access to a network that you can build off on. And I'm coming at this as a development practitioner who is a member of other fellowships and has seen what fellowships and networks do for you. So I just want to say congratulations to everyone. I'm really keen on capacity building, and so it was great to see how your capacities as individuals have been built, and how you've been able to practically use the information and the knowledge that you've gotten. right? And I'm hoping that even as you have been built, you will go on to build others, right? That you'll be able to strengthen others continuously. And like Mr. ABC said, it's another important thing is to try as much as you can to be sustainable. So we understand like there are challenges. COVID has shown us a lot of things, that things can happen when you are not prepared. So please, guys, as much as possible, try to be prepared. Take advantage of the opportunity that you have been presented with NNNGO, triple NGO, right? To key into that, join the network, look out for other people in your areas of specialization who you can collaborate with and connect with. If you need resources, reach out to me, reach out to Philanthropy Circuit. Try to partner with people. And then another thing I would like you to know is you can actually explore opportunities, explore global opportunities, regional opportunities, and then build yourself on your own as individuals, build yourself as practitioners. There's a lot going on at the same time. There's a lot always happening. Unfortunately, I missed the first part of the first 30 minutes or so of the presentations. And so I'm hoping that in some way I'm able to catch up on what whoever I had missed, I'm able to get their information, able to get maybe a video recording of this and really look through, because we at Philanthropy Circuit, we try to also spotlight and highlight the great work that NGOs are doing. So I'm always interested in hearing, what are you doing? What can you do? Of course, there'll be challenges, but I believe in you guys. There is nothing to not believe in. There is hope for us all. So you guys are doing great. And I just want to encourage you. And I hope to see you guys every year, hear about new things you're doing, hear about new things, innovations that you're bringing up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emma. Yes, I'm sure you will hear good things about them. And so the event is being recorded. So at the end, once it's ready, we'll do a mail to everyone that attended. We'll attach the link to the video and also a link to the report of the fellowship so far. Okay, I don't know if anyone else has a comment. Otherwise, so anyone with comments? Okay, none. All right, so thank you so much for coming around. I'm glad that we're able to keep to our time promise. So we said less than or 1 hour. So I'm glad we were able to keep to that time. And we started on time, and everyone came on time actually. So I'm really happy about that. Nigeria is growing. Nigeria is getting better, and we hope that by the next graduation, we'll have a larger house. So this time we decided to keep it a small house, just to be able to learn from you and readjust our program for future cohorts. So thank you so much. Congratulations to all the fellows for the offers you have received. And congratulations to Oluwaseun for winning the 50,000 naira. And let's continue building. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
you.
you.